guys. I'll come out and talk. Hey, Fat Buds, how you doing? Thanks for coming in. Hi, Izzy. Much love. Am I buffering or you guys? Hi, Canna. Welcome. I think I made you a managing mod so you can come in. But yeah, it rains a lot. I mean, I just uploaded a short because I wasn't going to put this up that I had to weedy a path because I've got weeds that are 10 feet tall and more. Um, chance of rain every single day. Nice. Had it for a long time? You mean the mod? I don't know what YouTube is doing or something. I've had people I've had to remod. One girl I had to remod her like 3 times. I finally asked her to unsub and then sub back. Hey, hi Irish, how you doing? Izzy, I have a girlfriend that is looking possibly for someone to make her a banner and stuff like that. I think she's got an intro. I don't know if you've met her. She was asking me, no, the name Flo. The name was buffering or what? Hi, Santa Claus, welcome in. I wasn't going to put up a stream because my health has been like off and on. Hey, Crumblewick, thank you. Cheers again. Crumblewick's going to be, oops, those are cats. Crumblewick's going to be online tonight for my friends. I just threw this up because it is rumbling, what has been rumbling super loud. That's Picasso, one of the cats, rubbing all over the tripod. But the air conditioner, the window air conditioner is on the front porch, so I figured maybe I'd put it up. Send her my link. I will. I was telling her your name. Izzy, her name's, she's in the green community. Her name's Tana. She does art, what's her channel name? But I'll send her channel name to you, and I'll send Tana sometime today. I'll send her your link because she was asking me more questions. I also was going to send you an email just so you know because you've been on my mind so that I can make you one of the managing moderators, and maybe since I struggle with that, you can put up the description that you made me for the back of my page long ago, and also the banner those things you made for me out of kindness and goodness. It's been almost a year, and me and technology and friends, even though I used to do that as living. Anyway, good to see you. Cheers, Crumblewick. I will hopefully not be sleeping, but whenever you have it posted, I will share it out and link it. Also, Susie, if any of you guys know Susie, the other Susie, not me. Also, you making that, she's going to be live tomorrow night. Yeah, my cat is rubbing against the laptop, gonna knock it off. Yeah, some of the ones inside spilt a whole. I've been having rolling seizures for a couple of days, and I'm actually thinking, I'm trying to hold on this. I think some of them have been extra cuddly, like either they're waking me up or seizures been waking me up, so, but there's quite a few. Anyway, enough of that. Yeah, I saw somebody else. Well, Crumblewig hits his dogs, I think, right? Do you have a cat? I was somewhere else and their cat was all over. Maybe it was Camp G-May. I think it was Camp G-May making music. So instead of typing, I decided to come out here and say hello to you guys because I often miss greeting people. I don't think you guys see this one. Yeah, that's Picasso. Picasso, let me show you guys. Here, I made a short live, where it was really rumbling. Hey, Moore, good to see you. Insurance call. Okay, Izzy, we can always do an unlisted live, you had said, but yeah, no problem. That's a Hope Train I call back. That's Picasso. One of the lone boys, he was like 7 months old, that keeps nudging it. That's Glory Girl. She was born on my porch quite a few years ago. Came down at lunch at the perfect time. The mom deserted her. A lot of these have been named God groups, but there are some of them. But yeah, look, I have weeds taller than me. Can't even get up to the greenhouse through that path right now. Things are growing up. Hey, Dale, good to see you. I am having it. Hey, John P. I'm glad you guys can all connect more. I'm pretty sure I know you from somewhere. I happen to have my phone in, and for those of you that don't know me, one of my faults is not always being in front of my phone. I don't sit in front of it all the time or even have one in front of me. So I apologize if you ever come in and say hello and I don't greet you. There you go, more. Thank you for coming in. Welcome to Flo's Flawed Family. That's in the most positive way. I mean, it's all meant as good. Mm. There's my brother. Yeah, Izzy will be right back. She's on a phone call. So many of you know each other. Crumblewigg's going to be online. Tell them what time, Crumblewick. He's going to be live tonight. So I will hopefully be awake, and I'll definitely, Picasso, be posting his link for people to go over there. And then if some of you know Susie Hot Ink, I can't remember the rest of her name. She'll be doing her third live tomorrow night. These are hope trains that go through. Oops. So I wasn't sure where to put it, but if it starts pouring, it was already sprinkling. If it starts pouring, I'll probably have to come in and get it. But it says storms continuing through 6. I mean, I've got a lot of lives that are unlisted where it's storms, hummingbirds, birds, cloud stuff. Can't stay. Hope it all is well. I appreciate, Canna, you popping in. Welcome. Thank you. I appreciate the hello. Glad I got to see you. Thank you. Thank you. Hope you have a great day, a great weekend if I don't see you. Because I have been intermittent on my supporting. How's your day, Crumblewick? I think you said you had the day off or were taking it. I worked earlier. Hey, Hope. Did I see that you were live a little bit ago too? After Kumari's? Sorry, sister. You know I usually try to come by to stop by. Yeah, there's Dolly. Look at so many lovely people that know each other. Cheers to all of you, my friends. Good to see you, Dolly. I'm glad everything went good. Let's go, Flo. It's a lot to ask of me to let's go. I go somewhere in my mind. How you guys doing, lovely friends? Oh, you get to hear my voice. So yeah, strong storms. And Saturday, if I had it up, I know I pinned it the next, but a few days ago, I haven't looked at today's forecast, but I know it's hot around the country, but starting Saturday next week, I'm in an area where we're going to be in like the purple zone where the heat's so high, but then the heat index is going to make it extremely, extremely dangerous. So hopefully I'll be able to get anything that's needed done early and be inside. I used to just work out in the heat, but I'm not conditioned for that anymore. One day I'd like to go up to the farm and show what a mess it is, and I'd like to re-get some down, but I basically have to bushwhack a path up there. 123. Oh, there's a new friend. Hi, richest man. Let me mod you up so that it will make it easier for you to connect. Richest Man is a new friend through a woman I post called Blessed Through Connections or Crocheted Through Connections. She has 2 channels. She's doing this new art form. Some of you know that I enjoyed and did art even through college and high school and stuff. And with my epilepsy and eyesight, I used to do sewing and fiber arts too, quilts as part of the business. And so much fabric and leather and all kinds of stuff sitting around. And I haven't gotten that out, haven't rearranged the 3 studios I have. But there's a new project called Kinu Saga that I need to have board and to do it. And our new friend here, Richest Man in Walnut Grove, has a beautiful Kinu Saga. I think that's how you say it. It's gorgeous. Let me get back into my chat. Good to see you. Thank you for coming. I'm glad I put this up. How are all you guys doing? I've had a couple of rough days. That's not for me, but and real erratic sleep. So excuse me if I'm like all over in my thoughts and other stuff. Did I greet everybody? So many lovely friends. Okay, Fat Buds I did, and Izzy, and Cromwell, Santa Claus, and he had to leave more. John P., my brother. Did you get to see that before Fabian shut off? Did you get to see my first alien one? That I took from Shelley's with her permission and remixed it as an homage to Shelley, but also you until I can figure out how I want to honor her. So I figured from her work and your love of that. I don't know. Did you see that? Did you see the one? Um, did you see the one alien short I released, John? Because that's going to be a series I do is aliens amongst us. And I was telling John just a little bit ago that the one I did, I was at his place yesterday to watch the solar eclipse over Portugal. For those that don't know John P., such a lovely person, spirit, so kind and loving to everybody. And after the show, I remixed one where there's two aliens ballroom dancing. Guess I tell it myself. Hit the like, shares. Thank you, Hope. You know I don't ask. Look at how low you are. Show support. Together we grow. That's right. We don't force it on anybody. It's lovely to have communities that intercombine, support each other, help each other. If anyone here is trying to grow their channel, please let me know. I will gladly watch a video. More, thank you very much. I'm undecided whether I'm going to try for monetization. Last year they offered me and I passed. I'm not really always like that, but I have had friends that want to do stuff I want, but or like even Scotty, or send supplies for art or something. But I just don't know. But I'm also watching Mary, who's blessed from crochet, and I've got a few other friends. And thank you for that. I'll ask around for some of my community that now that YouTube is going to change the hours to 8,000 hours. Gloria, you almost fell off. I'll put a word out that if anybody needs watch hours more, I'll try to remember that your name and that you generously offer that. Thank you. Good thing I'm not typing. My other phone is buffering. Dolly, I can't remember if you're monetized, because Dolly may need it to hours. I'm not sure. I'm not very good at all those details. I learn from my friends. I know, like it isn't tough enough with 4,000. Ugh, I know. And I had a lot, and then I unlisted a bunch, and now this year I'm not on a lot, so I'm not sure, but rolling thunder. So it was much stronger. That's why I came out here, because I thought I'd share some of the thunder. We've been getting a lot of that lately, whether it rains or not. 4,000 is a lot, and I know a few people that are trying to do that on shorts. I mean, now at least YouTube allows up to 3-minute shorts, but I've only known 3 people that I've met that have gotten monetized by having shorts. I think BJ's one, right, John P? Anyway, what are all you lovely folks doing? Hey, Jen's World, hi, how are you? I know you're a new friend. I just recently met on another friend's channel, and in fact, I think I saw that you were live today, but I had some other places I was at, a couple of phone calls. Welcome. We met on J-Man's, okay, which is, I also know, that's a great friend of John P's. You may know John P and some others. Let me get my phone and mod you up, Jen. Welcome, thank you. I know you had, I believe, commented on something. That's one of my, let me go ahead and mod you up. Everybody, it's really no responsibilities. It's basically for connection. Please don't um, block mods. If you've got a problem with somebody, let me know or something. But um, sometimes I've had mods that want to block other mods, and I really don't want that. John P., I'm modding up your lovely friend I met at your place. Thank you, John. And I'm glad you said, Jen. I like to, it's nice to know, um, be reminded of where I meet people. Yeah, I can't even, if I wanted to, type to you guys. It keeps buffering. Hey, Danny, how you doing? She was live, and we went live again, sister. Well, yeah, I just missed John. He usually has a longer live. When I was finishing up, I went over to John's. He had just finished. Hugs, brother. Good to see you. See, I don't even need to be here. You guys, so many friends that know each other, combining communities, Hope. Hi, Danny. How have you been? Yes, I'm frustrated. Oh, my account hit. Maybe they did a purge because I was a little spicy, saucy yesterday, maybe because of the meds or whatever, and I apologize. But yeah, probably spoke out too much, or maybe not. I just, which I'm not afraid to apologize. I lost, I was at a channel and then I lost 12 subs. I don't pay attention to numbers, but then I was like, holy moly, I must have been out of control or something. Someone else I was telling me said they lost it like 5 or 6. I'm so sorry about that. I don't, maybe it's not any of us personally. It's, yeah, whatever. They seem to do that. It was so weird to see that when I'm so active. Um, I think the most I ever lost in one night was like, because I don't look at my analytics every day, but I think there was one time I lost over 30 in one day. But compared to that, many of you may know Justin, Metal Raccoon, and he lost something like 350 subscribers in one night. It was crazy. Did John P. say he lost some too? John P. is awesome. Some of you I don't know as well, but I'm sure if you came from friends communities, you're awesome too. But there's a lot of things, awesome people, and just people. I appreciate people at least considering and checking out other people's page. Like nothing's. Anyway, I'm making a mess of my speech today. Oh my God, that's terrible. What, 350? I'm sure he got all that back. It seems like he's doing good now, but he was very discouraged because his channel was really going up. They were pushing him out a lot. Sad story is, though, Izzy, who may come back if you guys can hit her up. She's a really lovely friend. She does AI. Her cat's name was Izzy, and she went really viral. I was live streaming one night, and one of her best friends and partners, Scully Pop, if you know them, Scully came in to tell me, and Scully had been going viral. She had some kind of short that I think went to like 650,000, like overnight or within a few days views. Really increased, and YouTube, that's probably why they suppress me. They don't like it when I talk bad. But her numbers and stats and for getting paid from them was the best she ever had, and the night before they got paid, they took her channel down. And she documents everything so well. She's very careful about her AI. They gave her no description, and she had already invested in new equipment, and the day before they were depositing an account, they took down her account. So anybody that sees Izzy and comes back in here, in fact, I should pin her. She so graciously She called me a big baby because last fall when Scully came in to tell me, uh, she wanted me to check my emails, and I was talking to everybody goofing around, and she had made me a banner for my page and made me a lovely description because there's no description on the back, with one stipulation that I don't change a word. But I'm so untechnical nowadays with my brain that we're going to do a scheduled like StreamYards or something between the two of us to where she can teach me how to pin that to my page. But YouTube be YouTubing again. Oh, that's for sure. And I have complained to them sometimes. Oh no, my other phone wants to update. Kumari! Lovely Kumari. Do you know how happy I was that I was awake to see your stream, lovely? Much love. I hope you're feeling okay. I appreciate you coming in to say hello. But I was so very glad. It's not very often with my schedule. A lot of times I used to not sleep so much, but now staying up at night, and then by the time you're popping on in the morning, sometimes I'm sleeping. But I specifically looked this morning. Plus, I can't remember. I'll have to get everybody's schedules written back down. Some people were streaming all the time or once a week, and I've gotten out of the habit that I don't know when people's scheduled. I want to keep a calendar so I know who's coming on when. Much love, Kumari. The reason why you're losing subs because sometimes people don't leave a comment on your short. It doesn't stick. That's what I heard too, and I've noticed that some people, if I didn't resub, or if I did and I went to do something, it had told me, it gave me a message recently like, you have not watched this channel in a while, something, something. So I started saving videos in my watch later list for all my friends that support me and that, or even if they don't, that I support and do it to, that I want to. I also had heard this a long time through Tuber Chat and other channels that teach people how to improve things. Well, I knew this years ago before Tuber Chat, that really when you leave someone a comment, what helps the algorithm and that person's channel, I don't ask for like, subscribe, share. I was like that in my business. I just figured if people liked my stuff, they would. I didn't never like to be pushy, that they would, do whatever. But is that you're actually, when you're commenting, it's best to leave 7 words or more. Like they like that, whatever they, if you're into that. So instead of, sometimes I just do a little emojis, but I try to write a sentence or something. So, but Kumari understands that really well. There's Justin, Mental Raccoon. So if you want to talk about losing subs, Justin can tell you how many he lost tonight. Because I was kind of spicy and lost 12, and Jen was saying. And Kenny this morning, quite a few people. Much love. Who's sending me the hug? Jenna, sorry. See, Jenna, there's so many beautiful communities, and some of us that come together for different reasons, have different interests, and then our groups going to different ones, like even like, with Justin or other stuff that are trying to help and support. But sometimes it seems like there are some groups trying to break some of the groups apart. I don't understand any of that. We really all don't want to. I had someone saying they missed you, Flo. Maybe that's a good thing. You know what? I miss my old self. I'm sorry, Justin. That is wonderful to hear. I talk about it more than ever, but I've been really sick. So, and I'm kind of misdiagnosed. I don't have great doctors. And yes, I had extra testing done this year, and they're kind of debating about some stuff, so I'm not going to talk about it until later, but that's why I'm not around you guys. I don't want to start crying because my epilepsy's in emotional side and in another side, but if I'm not around, there's reasons. It's not because I don't care. I'm kind of sucking at life in my own. I know, Kamara, you guys were talking about loving yourself, being nice to yourself. You can't love others if you don't love yourself first, but I used to be an Energizer Bunny. That's what some people called me. Ran 3 businesses, never stopped. And now I have to sometimes drag my ass out of bed. So there's a lot of major issues going on here regarding the 8 acres of land and health, other stuff, and the fact that I can't. Sometimes my Meniere's is worse than my epilepsy, which sometimes means I can't drive 10, 15 miles without pulling over. So anyway, if I'm not here, it's life. And for those of you that don't know, sometimes because people would worry, I may throw up a stream that has no chat. It's not bad to you. It's more of like a smoke signal to, I really, if there's a chat, I'd rather, even though I'm not always in front of my phone, say hello and greet people. I feel bad when I miss people coming in and saying hello. And sometimes I really don't know how I'm going to feel to respond or even type. So sometimes I throw up a chat with a stream with no chat. It's not meant to be offensive toward anyone or that you guys aren't special. It's to basically let you know I'm okay and things around here are okay and let you see without me being around. Anyway, that's a few little things about me, blah, 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 enough. Please tell the people that want to please tell people that want to sub to you. Jenna or me or what? Oh my God, what's wrong with this autocorrect? Kumari, if you're having that, did you see in your chat? I felt so bad. It kept calling you Z Kumari. And then I was in a couple of other chats and it looked like I was having seizures the way it was. I will. Beautiful view. This is just one area, and one of the things I'm worried about is this land goes up and down and up and down, and back behind that, I'm hoping that building never slides off the edge, but there's a ridge right there. This whole property was up and down, goes up and down. There are so many different kind of topographies in different directions, but you can see those trees right there. They're like 120 foot or taller, and there was a whole stand. That was a whole stand of that tree. And in the last 5 or 6 years, there's tons of widowmakers all there that are just hung up in each other. There's a truck, an old truck right there that actually the 2 tires are starting to give in, and I'm trying not to worry that it's going to be sliding over the hill and that maybe in a few years this building will. For those that don't know, and part of the reason is trees, canopies, my business was about horticulture, stuff like that, but what a tree's canopy is how their roots, how big their roots are. If it's a tall, skinny pine tree, their roots are, not that big, the size of the canopy. These other ones, their canopies are bigger, so their roots are that big around. And considering there's been 3, 4 fall down in that area, that's loosened up wherever their roots are, has completely loosened it. It goes down a hill to a creek. There's also a few native springs, like water springs that go through. So every year there's more and more trees that are starting to go that way. These last 2 or 3 years ago, it's probably going to take that building off the side. Oh, it's nothing. You guys haven't seen. There was years ago I streamed and it looked like the LA fires. I wish I had better internet. I would show you guys because you can't. Some people offered to come up here and even at the farm through the community and to do stuff and to go up at the greenhouse. But in the 6 years, almost 7, when I went blind and had to quit working and with the epilepsy, this land with so much rain that we get, in my opinion, Alabama is a great place to grow, at least in this area, because we get so much rain. And as long as you have it to where, with certain plants, you have good drainage to where they don't get dried out. But there's no way anybody could even drive inside the gate at the farm and drive up the road. The whole area to park is nothing but roses all over the ground, which is great, but pine trees, and halfway growing up the road, it's not paved. There's pine trees that have volunteered. The only 2 things that drive by, unless somebody's not paying attention, is trash and the mail service, and there's been times where they've stopped that in the past. And There's some people that moved out up the hill that years ago started fires, and I was streaming. It looked like LA fires. There was all these fires because this land goes down, there's a creek, and then it goes up to another part of the property and goes way up on the other side. And these people moved out, and there's all these trees they took down that are sitting for years that'll be tinder. I've lost portions of the farm years ago to neighbors burning and burning down. I don't know. I mean, a lot to me. $100,000, $200,000 worth of crops that were investments for the future of plants, and so it used to be dogs, but fires are one of my main worries. But Kumari, also Shelley, if she was here, they're great. There's probably other people that know some of that know so much more than me about it. It was huge. Let me see. Let me see if I can see the chat. Sorry, I feel like itching. I was already. The one thing with this rain, there's ants all over. I even had pants on. I have shorts on now, and I think last month it only did not rain 3 days here. Now, all of Alabama is not that because I have friends on YouTube that are here. Hi, Jody. I'm just seeing you. Good to see you, Jody. I hope you're doing well. Sorry, I haven't got a chance to look at your the new stuff. I've been so behind. That was only a hail of my main sandwich. Half. I'm not sure what that means. I wasn't paying attention. So I'm not still sure who's here. Thanks you guys all for coming in. And I put it on subscriber mode because I plan to be inside. And the last few days I've been like in and out of bed with rolling seizures. And I'm still up. And I had gone to lay down in the last stream I was in. And I've heard so much thunder. So I came out here and was going to try to listen for rain and just leave this up. But then I decided to come out and say hello because, yeah, my phones are wonky. What you doing, Daphne? If Lewis was here, he would get to see his favorite girl. So many lovely people. Shelly, if you're out there in the background, much love, girlfriend. Flo Moore watched my video of a huge sandwich. Oh, okay, I get it now. Thank you. My brain is infected. Affected. I guess it could be the same thing. In my the one lobe with language comprehension, and then the emotional one. Ugh. So sometimes I struggle for a word choice and comprehension. Other times it's easy flows, but now I go with it. And if I'm struggling one day to write stuff, that's why you'll see inconsistency on my page on shorts or descriptions, because I do get a lot of errors since I only work on my phone, where I'll spend an hour typing up a description for a short and then it will error out. But then other times it's just too hard to write or other stuff, so I'll just throw it up without any details. I appreciate all you guys. Can someone tell me where I can use music to add to videos that won't violate YouTube? Kamari might be great at that, and some of the others. I know plenty of people that do music. Jen, another good channel. Any of you guys that can help Jen, please write in. But this is one of my experiences is there's another channel that I would go and participate in, and is Tuber Chat. If anybody's heard of Tuber Chat. And well, I'm not sure. I think Jody goes there or used to, but there were other people that I've met. But they have they have people that are brand new starting out channels to people that are, never want to get monetized, other people that are looking to it. Some channels are huge, but they're very, I forgot his name, but the man that does Tuber Chat, he's in the computer industry and stuff and stays up on top of all of it. So he's one person because I know that came up. I haven't been going there as long as, well, I haven't been going anywhere lately. Sorry, that's Daphne now. But last year he talked about that, um, about different ways to be able to use music on your channel that you don't, and I can't remember it is. Plus, he has a second channel that's a, uh music channel where you can add it to your streams. Yes, many of you probably have not met the richest man in Walnut Grove. I met him through Supremely. Sorry, guys. These are little seizures. I don't have grand mals, but they do affect, like I said, my language and comprehension. And I'm trying to wean off my epilepsy meds, and so I'm taking less than half of what I'm prescribed. So sometimes I don't make sense. Oh, you are? I'm so very sorry. Well, thank you for correcting me. Met him in Mary's channel, Blessed to Crochet or Connection. You may be able to help me doing this wonderful art project, which is, I think, how I'm going to transform my sewing and stuff. And because I used to make quilts, mini quilts, tote bags, other kind of stuff, whatever I could make and use, and to sell off of products that I grew, taught about and stuff. Yeah, harvest it. The Richest Man is just an episode from the TV show. Oh, okay. But there's this wonderful new art project, well, that I'm not familiar with. There's great Oriental forms of art, like one day I'd like to show you. I can't remember what it's called. There's two different ones that start with an S. But you put your fabric or paper underneath water, it layers it. But the other one's called Kinusaga, and I don't have a place here near that I can buy board to where I can start it. And I had recently dug out my one of my sewing machines, an embroidery machine, because I have so much fabric. So I was thinking, I used to make things and sell at some places for charities like the Children's Cancer Hospital of Alabama and stuff like that. Instead of all this stuff sitting, and that was some of the things I was going to do. For probably 6 years, some of my older friends on here knew that, but one was going to be making, I have doll patterns and other stuff, but I was going to do dogs, cats, and bears in different fabrics, and maybe fundraising through here where I would donate to children's hospitals, and it would, all the money would go for that. You don't see Miss Dolly? She was here. Maybe she's lurking. I don't know if she said goodbye. I know she's been really busy, but she was here for a little while. Oh, love the little house. Did you see? Jen, can you use it but give credit to the artist? If I use YouTube Music, can I download them, or do I have to say it in the description I use it? I don't know. I don't know how to do that because I work off my phone. So the only way I add music is to my shorts, and I go through the YouTube approved channel, like the approved music, to add to it. I'm not to where I know how to do that. I'm hoping that um, Izzy Pop is, I'm gonna make her my first managing moderator because she's asked me for years, and it's broke. Well, not for that, but been so generous and kind, and people have wanted to help me with my channel because it's just can be overwhelming and with some of this stuff going on here, and for time and the equipment I have. But I do believe crediting somebody, that's just my personal belief. I like to tell people where I've met someone, or definitely, like Mary, who we're talking about with Kinusaga, she has patterns that are going to be available and other stuff like that that people can use. Some of them are free. She would just like the credit. And I see that as definite form of respect. And I've remixed I had never remixed anybody else's work. It was always my original photography that I remixed or other things. But I've used one of Shelley's to honor her, and because I haven't decided how I can honor her by a video yet. And I gave credit, and that's for the Alien line, which John P. and a lot of my friends like. And I got 8 more on the waiting. Then if you see, there's one that it says in Gem's eyes, she's a really nice lady. Gemini, I don't know if you guys know her, but she's an artist. And so um, she doodles, does drawings, and a lot of times asks people what they see. So I remixed her. I remixed her short and was having a hard time. I want to get the words perfect when I do a dedication video. And I asked her if she wanted me to wait or release it anyway, and she didn't want to decide. So I just threw it up there, kind of, but also giving her credit. And I guess she just happened to be scrolling last night and, like, I guess shorts or whatever. And she said, that thing looks kind of familiar. And it's how I saw her art, her art was reflecting in the mirror to me. She doesn't know I made another one, but if there's anybody that has it, I've got one that says me fishing in France. That's not me. It's from a photo of me, and that's how they generate. But that's from our friend, anybody who knows Francois. He had it that his video was up to be able to be remixed. So, Francois is always so nice and generous and comes here and supports the channel, that I asked him, and then I remixed it, and it shows me at something. I guess there's really not no fish in it, but it shows a woman sitting on the bank. So it is AI. It does not look like me. I tried to. None of them are going to be perfect, but a lot of people use Suno. Yes, actually, yes. Fran, I went along for a quiet ride with Fran last night, and she had the music that she created on Suno, and it was so beautiful. I was writing down the songs since she wasn't talking. I was writing down words, and it was so beautiful. I was going to remix the music, try to look for it on YouTube, see if it was available, and remix it. And then she said, no, I wrote those on Suno. So many talented, so very many talented. Copy free music, I meant, and still get it. You know, I don't know what to say, because they recently took down 20 of my shorts. And they didn't tell me when. I know one was more than a year old. I wish they would at least have given me the opportunity, and the reason why is because I have 8 phones. I use them as cameras, cheap phones, with my epilepsy and breaking them, and often I have so much data, but I love photography, that I may be filming the birds and also be filming cats and taking photographs, and also time-lapsing. And so some of them are the same scene, just shot in a different way, or as a short or as a long. And so they've complained about that. I've used a one-day stream in the clouds. Just a couple of months ago, I used a YouTube filter on the clouds, and right after it was up, and nobody was talking, so it's not like anybody said anything inappropriate, and YouTube struck it. And I only use YouTube whatever they allow it, so I have no idea. Hey, Mama Ashley. Okay, more, thank you. For those that don't know Ashley, she's our resident mama here. She just had a set of twins that were supposed to be born Valentine's Day, and I wasn't streaming very much, and Ashley kept popping in my mind, because I knew she was going to be. She popped in and to a stream, and there was me and one other fellow here, Dennis, and I was like, are you sure you're not going to have your babies? Sure enough, she had her babies the next day. So she just had a set of twins, 2 boys in January, and she is expecting twins that are going to be born at Christmas. So Ashley is our resident mama. I've drawn 4 pictures for the coloring book that are of Flo's Flawed Family. And I think that was the most recent depiction I did has a mother on the front part, out in front with two babies. Use the free YouTube audio library located. See, I haven't done that yet because I'm doing everything from my phone and they're loaded. I took all this, I have so much equipment even, and I took it up to about an hour and a half away, brought it all home. The woman still has a phone that I finally gave up the phone number for more than a year. So it would have been last May when that Dexter died, and it fell in the water bowl, and trying to save the data, and she still has that. But I brought home a brand new mini computer, reconditioned. I brought one of my other towers to make sure. I took up 2 laptops and some other stuff, and then I came home with it all, and I can't find the cord to the laptop, the other one. And what I'm really upset with was the one main computer. I'm not able to access, I think, like 4 terabytes of photos. So I need to try to make a trip up an hour and a half away again to try to find out what's going on. I know that my life would probably be easier on YouTube without it, but you use your phone? Hey, Kenna, how you doing? Good to see you. So many people that I've saved watch laters, or I have not been participating. I'm so very sorry. What you been crafting, Kenna, and doing? Hello. I'm glad I'm standing out here. I'm kind of getting beaten up by ants. I am well. Does that sound believable? You know what? No matter what, even on my crappiest days, I'm thankful. I just got to release it because even crap may be the best it's going to be. And that's how I look at it. That things are possibly the best they can be, and that takes off some pressure. And I've always been a perfectionist, kind of, or go. Going blind and losing my independence has been the hardest thing. I'm still adjusting. So anyway, I'm good. I've been having real seizures for 2 days. Today's better. That's one of the cats bumping that. But sometimes when I have seizures, it can take my body a day or two to settle down. Yeah. Here's what the sky is looking like. This is my view to the world. I'm basically surrounded 360 degrees by trees. Very narrow walkway, so I call that my window to the world. And other than that, I have to look straight up. I don't get to see sunrises or sunsets, some of my favorite types of the day, even if I go up to the hill to the left of me, to some of the highest points in the land. This property I loved. It's got lots of different topographies, but so when I have accidents, people think sometimes I'm not being careful, but it's also the land. Good to see you. Maybe you're saying good to see Kamari, because it's always lovely. Dang. One thing about getting so much rain and not drying up is ants. And I'm standing out here barefoot. Ah, there you are. There you are, you black little ant. What, Sneaky Pete? So, but living in the country. Hi, everybody. I don't know who's still here. Thank you guys for all coming. I forget a lot of times who comes in. I'm glad that I think I greeted everybody, or most everybody. This was just kind of a pop-up because so many people don't get to hear the storms or don't have storms or find it very relaxing. So I thought that I would put it up for a while and kind of go chill out and relax. and come grab it if it started raining a lot. But yesterday, for quite a while before it started raining, it was thundering. It was actually earlier than this before I started. Kamaria, I hope you're feeling well. I'm so blessed and fortunate. I got to see Kumari 3 times today. Yeah. Not that you're not all lovely, but some people I very rarely get to see, many of you lately. So I'm smiling. Today's been awesome. Somebody shared their sunrise with me, and considering it was one of my favorite types of the day, sunrise and sunset. It was so gorgeous. It's just been an awesome day. Cockatiel, my friend, hello. I missed your live too. How are you doing, friend? Thank you for coming. I'm glad to see you. Hello, hello. Many of you, I think, know Cockatiel too. How are all the birdies and yourself? I'm trying to figure out a way where I can highlight my friends because it can get lost when I just share everybody's stuff all the time. I feel like sometimes when I'm looking at people's, like my posts, so would like to try to separate them somehow. Because I have so many things interest me, but I have so many, quite a few of my friends from a few years ago are all came from music channels, independent artists and stuff. I have a lot of outdoor and farming friends or artists. Not that a lot of us don't have more than one thing, but then I thought maybe if I had like general categories, some people like gaming, a lot of green friends where where that's kind of their main thing. So I'd like to try to figure out a way to um, make a list. So if some people are just hi, Lewis, I have to, yes. If it says Lola Villa, that's actually Lewis. He's from Quebec. He loves the cats. Look, there's Daphne. He loves Daphne. There's Daphne, Lewis. Thought I would show you. One of my best friends, Michelle, named her, and a few of the other cats, but he loves Daphne. I wish I would think, well, Kumari said, how are you, Lewis? Oh, thanks, Jenswood. Well, I'm thinking and looking down instead of reading all the chats, so I'm missing a lot of your conversations. Sorry about that. I'm glad that you all, it's nice when there's more, well, then there's more than one person or two sometimes if I'm kind of running around or busy that you guys can talk to each other. But to ask me questions about stuff, I don't know a lot about YouTube. I push a button and go. Today, Lewis, is much better than the last few. Judas. Much love, Judas. Sorry, you guys, sometimes I easily switch the conversation, kind of like a sparkly thing in front of you. But I don't know who knows Judas or not, but he just had surgery yesterday in his home. I don't want to tell all your business, but all your friends that come to your channel. He's the first channel I ever went and sat on stream, go on panel with, and that actually probably the persons I've been on panel the most, but not showing my face. Anyway, how are you, Judas? Thank you. I'm so glad you're here. I still haven't even looked at my IG and I don't know how long, so how are you feeling? I'm hoping this surgery I did not There's always a worry, but I was not as stressed as last year. My subscriber count is awesome. I'm very fortunate. I don't ask for subs and I don't ask for other stuff for. I'm very blessed. Um, like I lost 12 subscribers yesterday after one stream. I think I was a little inappropriate. Not well, actually two streams anyway. Sometimes I just should do better about keeping my mouth shut. But it might not have been that, considering a lot of people said they lost them overnight. But thank you. Um, my numbers really increased from last year. I think I can't remember what it was, but I'd say last year I was like 400, 500. And it's because of my lovely friends, or I don't know. My subscriber rate is great, but not but. When you look at my analytics and like my likes and comments and stuff like that, ooh, there was lightning. I don't know if it flashed on the camera, but according to time-wise, it's only 2%. Yeah. Fireworks in the sky. That's Mother Nature's voice. One of the most awesome, powerful things. That's why I put up this stream, was not for me to talk so you guys could. But, and most of my views actually come from non-subscribers. But like I was streaming almost 24 hours a day last year so friends could talk to things, and it said that actually the view rate of my channel is something like 2 seconds or 2 minutes at the most. But thank you. It's because of other people. So I'm overwhelmed. I'm actually blushing a little bit because I am a true hot mess, and I'm thankful for the people that have stuck around, because communities change all the time. But I'm thankful for people that. Your in-page surgery went good though, Judas. I've had so many reasons to smile today, and Judas has been through. He just had kidney surgery, and he could tell you he might have had more surgeries in his life than, or as many as maybe 2 other friends, but more than I know. And since I've known Judas, he's had I don't know how many operations. So that warms my heart and my spirit, and I'm knowing that you went the best place in your state with awesome doctors is so awesome. Judas is saying hello to everybody. If you don't know Judas, I'm not sure when he'll start streaming again. He basically is a place to go hang out and chill, especially for 420 friends. You don't have to be, but most everybody is, and just listens to music and relaxes, talks about different kinds. That's the hardest part for you, for getting subs. Well, I get them and lose them. I'm not sure what attracts people. Now, I will say that I think a lot of mine came from because there's cats, and cats is kind of an international thing. So I think that helped too. There's probably people prefer that I would stream that every day, because I would sometimes stream the morning. I'd stream them when they were eating, then stop and stream the birds, because there's people that love birds. Some people don't want me to talk. My closest friends want me to talk. So I don't really have a straight schedule or pattern. Every time I try to schedule a stream, it glitches. I think it would do better if I would even set them up ahead of time, but I seem to struggle sometimes with certain things, so I just go on the fly. But I think that when you live stream, that's one thing that will increase your sub too, because there's people that like the interaction. Besides, in my opinion, because I've had people that have come in sometimes, especially like when it was at night or sometimes, and if we'd be chilling and talking, and I used to not be as much of a downer, or like if I was drawing or something, and that people would uh, just come in and chill and talk and hang out with each other, and sometimes I'm not even paying attention and walking around doing chores. But I think that live streams kind of draws new people in sometimes. This is just my opinion. I think also that the fact that I'm kind of the person that's like interested in so many things that I'm not really in a box. So I love music. So there's channels that I participated for years that are music channels, independent artists. So I have a lot of independent music artist friends. Um, believe in green and natural healing things and farming, so I have a lot of friends like that. So if you have more than one interest, sometimes show that to people, or maybe not even just support and go to the channels that are your main interest. Sometimes you can find commonality in other people that are interested in the same things through you, but that participate in many kinds of channels. Like John P. I see in a lot of different crowds. There's other people I see them in, not just like where I know other people, artists and stuff, and they just basically go to art channels. Musicians that may go to music channels. I have a brain that likes a lot of different things, and so I think that's changed too. Anyway, I'm losing kind of focus, but that's where I think that a lot of my other subs have come. I used before without copyright. See, I don't know how to do that. Hey, Noda, how you doing? Like Noda is one that I see in quite a few different crowds. Welcome, Noda. Good to see you. Sorry I was legging chat. I have my head down when talking. There goes a kitty. Which kitty? Oh, yeah. Here's Sneaky Pete. He used to be Sneaky Pete because he only came around here for one reason. Didn't you, Sneaky Pete? And there's old video of him fighting. But one night I trapped him in that building over there. And he paid me back by spraying on a few things. But we took care of that. But now he's Sweet Pete, but he likes Sneaky. I gain and lose subs regularly. Pretty stagnant for a while, around 700 for a couple of years. See, I don't know why all of a sudden. Well, actually, what may have happened was also that I didn't realize it, but YouTube had offered me a chance to be monetized last November, and I think was really pushing me out for a while. Now they don't push me out. People say they can't get it. They're definitely not putting out some of the shorts, especially if they're just even green influence. Like I have a clothesline I was going to make up. And so I haven't released that short. Shows some of the clothes that I was going to make for women. And yeah, they don't even push those out. Most of my friends that even green don't see them. But yeah, I lost 12 last night. I thought it was because I was spouting off in two places. And oh, there's Jen, okay? Yeah, you gained some and lost some. So they must, I've heard that maybe they go through and do that once in a while. If we all lost subs in the last day or two, maybe they're going through. Hi, RBP. Thank you for that. You may already be gone. I appreciate the support you stopping in. You're cooking dinner. Awesome. I have to jet. Okay, Jen, you guys, please don't wait around for me to say goodbye or hello, because I often am not looking at my phone or don't sit in front of a phone. It's better for me to just tell you how I am than I don't want you to feel bad and me feel bad. I actually love the connections and friends you make on YouTube. It's really cool. Yeah, mostly. It's hard for some of us that are, I don't know, I would say very open and very caring, maybe people pleasers, because you want to think everybody online is your friend, and it's not always that way. And can affect some of us, I think, maybe more than others. That, wondering if we're doing something wrong. You'd love to see what? Kumari's food? Yes, I would too. I was going to ask her what she's cooking, but she doesn't need to type that in. So many, so many people. That's a good thing to do too. But I see people doing all kinds of streams for viewers. But I do think live streams. Maybe Kumari can attest to that, and some of the other people that do live streams. But I think that when I used to do some that was at night, and when I would do sometimes up at the farm, where I can see a lot more of the moon and clearer. That would probably been few years ago. There'd be people that there's people that uh, is that a stray boy? No, that's taxi. There's a lot of people that live on social media, but I think there's also a lot of lonely people that are on here for and like the live streams because it's more than just a video. They can feel part of something and have the interaction and like it. Hello, Mercy. How you doing? Thank you. I appreciate it. I know you may not be able to stay very long. I'm glad I saw you. Thank you for coming in. You're making a meatloaf. LOL, nothing fancy. Meatloaf is fancy to a lot of people. That's fancy. That sounds delicious. I don't really, if I tell you to do something, I don't like to be controlling, and I never have been, but I'm just saying, I'm interested to see what my friends cook. Judas has an awesome grill, and he sometimes shows what he cooks. It looks fantastic. Fire. Hi, Sue. And Sue loves cats and birds, and her and I have similarities. Like, we're not all going to get along with a lot of stuff, but I just believe but she loves cats and clouds and trains and the moon, and so yeah, affinities that I think there's a lot of closeness in things. It's just the name, Kenna, my channel name, it's still the same. Did you change yours? And I'm kind of a Sue too, kind of. There's so many Suzanne, Susie, Susies and stuff. Cheek, Maddie. So see, some of you may have known each other from other places, but some of you have come from other communities that have joined here. And some of you are from that originally started out with me, but are now, going to other communities. It's great to see. It's great. Stupid YouTube changed Kenna to Cheek. Sue, poor Kumari, hers kept coming up that I was calling her Z Kumari. And mine was really changing. I thought it was my keyboard not looking, but it seems like today a lot of people are having that, saying their keyboard's changing. So instead of, I usually tell people they need to speak Flonese, I guess we need to speak YouTubeanese or something. Cheek? Oh no, my phone's not going to update or something, is it? Oh, Hope Train. Sue has trains where she lives too. The other one junctioned off and didn't come by. But that some people, like sometimes at night when I would have my streams up, if you come in, I've been told it's boring at times because there'll be people that come in and sleep. They like to hear the cicadas, and mostly it'll be quiet. Occasionally you hear dogs and stuff, but hear cicadas and tree frogs, the wind, the train pass by once in a while and stuff like that. There's a setting in your app that you have to change when going live, but you have to change it each time. See, now Sue, she had, hey, Tana, let me mod you. I don't know why you're not modded, Tana. I had to ask RPB, yeah, that's right. I had to ask her, I had to remod her 3 times, and then I finally asked her, please try to unsub to me and resub so that I could, maybe it would stick. Plus, who knows? I've had to check some people's, and I thought I was subbed, and then I wasn't. So who knows? Just a suggestion, maybe you guys check, because sometimes maybe there's people that are mods and you're not subbed to them anymore, and you don't even know it. YouTube took it away, but yet you're a mod, and you're not. Tana, let me. I was talking to you. Oh, Tana, I don't know if Izzy's listening. Meet Tana, everyone. Lovely lady. She just recently had a procedure too. She's green. She's also an artist for like therapy and mental health and stuff. Does beautiful painting and loves kitties. In fact, she would adopt you here if she was closer. Oh, in fact, how was your trip with Randy Jean? Did you get 2 new kitties? But remember when we talked about banners and stuff? Sorry, I kind of don't try to ignore people and maybe they ask. But yeah, what's ever inside my head. But you asked me about my friend that makes banners and is going to be helping the one she made for me hopefully soon. It's all my fault. Put that on my page and also the description she made for the back of my page. Her name's Izzy Pop. I will definitely get Tana, if you're on later, if it's okay, I'll post and give her it. And she had told me it would be okay to, give her your information. I'd like for you to, and that way you two could talk between her. But I think her artwork is beautiful and fantastic. YouTube took her channel down for. See, that's probably why they suppressed me. My opinion is because she was blowing off the charts, doing so great, and even invested money that was going to be coming from a check and the for the 2 months. And I mean, she was she had revenue before that, and the night before they paid her, they took her channel down because hers was Izzy Pop, and she had her cat had passed but was named Izzy, and she does animation and other stuff. It's all her own original work, her own original music, and she is extremely careful about documentation and following rules. So I'm not sure if people were reporting it or why they were, but she tried to peel it and they didn't, and they took she was just blowing off the charts. Like it had a recent short that it went to like 630,000 views like within a day or two or something. And the night before her check would be deposited, the biggest one she ever got from YouTube, they shut her down, channel down, and said it was from deceptive practices. Like she had made a habit of it, and she was very. Tana, I'm sorry, I still haven't modded you because I've been having so many seizures lately, Tana. Really, couple of bad days that I'm getting a little bit lost in my thought. Plus, I bounce myself out of YouTube. Sorry. It's important I get you modded, but if I push on that channel, I was trying to make a post and. Sorry, guys, I'm gonna stop talking for a second so I can get my brain to work instead of my mouth. Oh, thank you for the link. Just one second. Oh, let me see. There you go, Tana. Sorry about that, girlfriend. You're meeting up with Randy on the 29th? Yep. Oh, Izzy Pop came to you for a couple of your live streams, Tana? Okay, well, it's Izzy Pop. The channel name she has now is something similar. She was in here at the beginning. She's wanted to help me for so long, and I may be eventually making some changes, and different friends have wanted to help me get monetized. It was never a goal, but if I do or am, it would be used for animals. I'm not going to ask people for anything. It would be for supplies or other stuff, or giving back. I used to always volunteer and do, even with my farm, gave away much more than I made. That sounds to me, that's something I shouldn't even share. I should be humble about it. But if that point comes, I have no expectations. I hope I acknowledge stuff, but it will. I have 12 cats waiting to get fixed. Hope Train. And I have 2 more. Look, I'm almost recouped. Can you see it from the last bite I got? Flea bite, no, bit. What was the link for? Is that for your channel or what was that for? It doesn't matter. No worries. Go with Susan. You're most kind. You know, I'm really surprised when sometimes, I shouldn't say really, but when people tell me that. Because I remember my old self, and with the epilepsy, I can't figure out if it's my brain be affected in two ways. This horrible medicine that has two things, because my age or what it is, but I feel like I have zero filter and I'm not. It's not so. Um, it's also nice because I guess that means there's still some of the old me here. Gotta run. It was nice to meet everybody. Okay, well now I know you're female. Check out one of my new friends through a crafting channel, The Richest Man in Walnut Grove, which is actually a female woman doing this new art form that I'm going to transition to, that I think may be much easier for me than doing my other fabric work and textiles, called Kinu Saga. I've shared her channel many times. Mary, she doesn't, I'm not even sure if she watches any of my stuff, but she's always been extremely supportive of my channel. So people don't have to come and support me. I mean, the fact that she even has mentioned me and shared me or talked about it, I enjoy going to her channel for different reasons. And anyway, that's where I'm at. Thank you. I don't have content. I just support others. But actually, you do in the fact that your post, because if you go on her channel, I went to her channel just recently because lately there's sometimes that The Richest Man in Walnut Grove, and I would be sitting in Mary's. They took her monetization away, and I have no idea why. So she's one person I had put on a post that anybody that is willing to watch hours. In fact, I need to find out who that was that volunteered earlier to help them get their hours, to get her. She actually just got it back, but I'm still, or maybe it was partial, but there's a new art form that I'm thinking might fit in better for me now with epilepsy and my eyesight, because I'm not sure if my eyes are reverting again. I've had 5 eye surgeries. I have stents in my eyes, and to me they feel like they're starting to revert. Robin! 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 I made 2 shorts for you last night, girlfriend. I hope it's okay. I'll be giving you credit. And because I remixed some of your stuff, friend. So I remixed, yeah, I did my Unseen, the beauty of the shorts I commented last night, Robin. There's one more. I'm going to include some white go-go boots, Robin. I just don't want to put out the dedications I make to my friends until I have details, but you may not have content The Richest Man, but I show love and support as well as you. But her content right now is her, the Kinu Saga, because if you look at her page and she has that beautiful cabin, when I noticed that she had subbed and left me a lovely comment, I wanted to go actually take the time, since we've spent time during these last few weeks at Mary's show watching her do this wonderful art form, sat there and I knew that she was making the Kinu Saga also. I went to her channel and the first thing I saw was the cabin in her thumbnail or icon as Kinu Saga. It's so very inspiring. So that's content, even a post. And also I was a supporter for many years. Did you hear? Yes, I've heard that they're going to have 8,000, and I'm nowhere near streaming like I used to. I'm not sure if that's going to be possible. I haven't learned all the internet. How does that affect people who are already monetized? Are they going to have to up it and redo that? Oh, you love it? No, they're not out, because would you rather have? No, I haven't done. Actually, I did a few of me with the white goo-goo boats. Remember when we talked to it from White go-go boots. I have one of the conductor series. Sousa Flow is a conductor. I think with white go-go boots. I have another one in the series. I have thousands of shorts and videos unlisted and things, but one in the When I Grow Up, like when I'm 70 or something, series, and I have white go-go boots on dancing to. Uh, but actually, no, that's a concept. I can't remember if I created the one with that, but um, uh, I worked on those early in the morning. I was having so many seizures the last few days, and I don't know. I'm not sure if I even have it in my drafts. I mean, if they're still in drafts or they're on my unlisted. But I've done one for Francois. I can't. I did the Hedgehog series, and oh, YouTube. They actually failed 20 of mine. I did the best one I did for Dolly, the Phoenix. I'm doing Phoenix series for Dolly, and I did the first one. I don't know if she's seen it. The second one, I had a beautiful Phoenix in stained glass from old patterns that I did that I recreated for her for a short. And YouTube, as soon as I uploaded it, took it down. And I had a stained glass one for Harry the Hedgehog for Raven Investigates, and they took it down. I've got another one here for Gemma. But I've done a bunch more of the alien ones. Here, Robin, I guess I've got one. There's still one trying to, this may not be the one that may not be the one. I'm not going to turn the music on yet. I can't remember if it's a painting. But see how the logs are dripping? I can't remember which music. But I want to make sure that I credit you, say which friends it's come from, and I won't use anybody's art or their original idea. I don't know if some of you know, but if you do ever remix a video, the reason why mine are so short is because when you remix, YouTube, at least in my opinion, from what I've tried or what I've seen, they only give you 9 seconds. So that's why some of mine are super short. And some people, maybe don't like it or what. Hey, I'm learning. I'm having fun. It's a tribute to my friend. So the haters can just hate. It's one way for me to know, one way for me to show some of the friends that I care. Hi, Nick. Yep, looks like you're fire. One of them, others was pretty, but yeah, and instead of doing the whole scene, I did that. I can't remember, but that one is actually, when it'll do it, it'll look better. It'll look like a melting oil painting. And I did 3, but they're not all uploaded. But that's like some of them that I do with music, then they don't do it. But like with the Alien series that I started from Shelley's, I think I've got 12 in the weights, but then I started to just remix my own alien ones that I did, and the last one I did last night was of a alien couple doing ballroom dancing. Gotcha bags. Which one? Oh, thank you. Did I miss some people? Let's see. Is that Tana you're talking to? 1 stone and 3 cats? That's Tana. So how are you feeling after your procedure, Tana? You already okay? Can't wait to see your 2 new kitties you're going to get from Randy Jean. I know there's some here that you loved and that other people would, and they would have offered to take them, but I'm so far from everybody and can't drive that. It's so awesome that you're getting some from Randy Jean. I'll be excited to see the 2 new additions to your family. That'll be great. Sorry I missed you, Nick, when you first came in. I just pollinated your channel. You know what? Maybe I should only go on once in a while. Just that way everybody shows up to meet each other. Just kidding. Go ahead and use it. I'm flattered. Yeah, I will never use anybody's stuff without asking them and making sure they're credited. In fact, if I meet you somewhere and I remember where, I like to tell the people where I met them, because it's nice to know, at least for me, it's nice to know if I shared somebody's channel, not as a reflection, I mean, just that they went to somebody else's. I think it's kind of nice to say, hey, somebody recommended your channel. And if you're really good friends with them or something, so, because some of my friends that recommend certain people to me, and I really trust those people, like they're closer to me, then yeah, I'm like, okay, I will definitely, go check them out, see them, and stuff like that, and make a choice for them. But lately I've been having a lot. I can't wait to release the next two, the next Skull ones. Well, actually 3 or 4 for Scully. I've got some really interesting ones. Go ahead, you're flattered. I'm so glad. I had Gemini crying last night. That's so awesome. I do all kinds of paintings. Yeah, she does painting. See, I'd like to have a category. I'm trying to figure out a way instead of just sharing, because I get lost when people have all these recommendations. Sharing, I know it's one of the best things, supposedly, that YouTube likes, but you can get really lost in it if you have friends. My feet are cramping and like seizing up. But I'd like to kind of make lists so that I could put like this, all the nature channels together, people that are on the go, whether they're truck drivers or people that are door dashers, or they live out of their van and travel, that like put all the travel people, cruise people, whatever, the communities I've met, put them in a list, the people who their channels are mainly on nature or farming or green or artists or something, have a way that instead of me constantly worrying about sharing one person or another or missing them and not, it's just hard for me to keep up. So I've been thinking for a long time, PJ, come here. You look so skinny. Why have you, PJ, come here. I know there's been a couple boys hanging around that are, PJ, come here, PJ. Used to be so many gingers here. But I've been trying to think of how I could do like a category or something. Because if someone's only interest is art, or only interest is mainly music, or cats and dogs, that they can, have a source instead of doing it to go visit them. And many of us do have many other interests too, but try to find the basic one or vlog. Sabine, hello, lovely Sabine. I thought that I had modded you when I saw your comments last night. To me, I'm sorry I haven't responded. I still have not slept. Everyone meet lovely Sabine. Her husband is Timo. I've been watching them for a few years, and they are in Switzerland. Beautiful, lovely Sabine and Timo. Sorry, Sabine, I still haven't slept. I was having seizures. I'm trying to get my phone. I'd like to mod you up. That way you can connect with a lot of people. They have wonderful channels. So beautiful over there. Many people, if you've met Purr that goes here, Purr's been a good friend for a long, long time. And I see many of you at other ones. Dang, my brain is not focusing. Let me look. I didn't like my own stream, so I gotta find my channel. Okay, Thunder It Flows. Welcome, Sabine. Thank you for stopping in. This was kind of impromptu. Let me make you a standard moderator. There you go, Sabine. Hi, David. David, I'm so sorry. I'm looking at the phone on the screen and not scrolling instead of the one in my hand. David. Oh, and there's Timo too. Oh, at least you're blue. Hi, Timo. There's her husband. You guys would be better off just watching the chat. There's her lovely husband, who sometimes I've lately been able to join on his drives back and forth to work. Yes, Sabine, I used to almost last year stream almost 24 hours a day, and sometimes now I can not stream for weeks. David, I'm so sorry that I missed saying hello to you. I want you to know you're special, David. Everybody's special, but David, I know sometimes that, I get sidetracked and maybe feel neglected. I'm not neglecting you. I mean, in a way I am, but it's not intentional, sweet man. And the laugh is just because my inappropriate or my brain's that way. This is my voice, and sometimes it changes. Thank you. I rarely show my face unless it's an accident. I started putting up pictures that kind of show me, but so many people bug. But thank you. Yes, this is me. I am a true hot mess. Hello, Timo. I'm not going to be as bold as you and switch my camera on to say hello. So at the moment, that's what you get. My hands. Much love to Switzerland and my friends in the U.S. I'm not sure who else is. Some of my international friends here. I have so many different friends. In fact, most of my original subs were international friends. You're quite welcome. Much love, Robin. I can't wait to finish that one. I think it's in draft form of the Go-Go Boots by Your Fire. Dancing, I really wanted it to be two of us. I may make it be two of us, me and you. Just in my imagination, dancing by your fire in our white go-go boots. Hey, this is so lovely, special. Hey, David, if you're going to ride on that bus, you're going to be with me. So what's the problem, dear friend? What's wrong with the special bus? Special buses can be fun. There's all kinds of special buses. You need to go? Okay, sorry I took so long. I'm glad to see you, Tana. I don't know if I've seen you in here before. It's a long time. Much love. I'll look for you, and been having seizures. You're baking some special. Oh, for Randy's birthday? When did you say you're going? Amazing day. It's been an awesome day. I've got to see so many friends. I saw Judas. He's recovering. Anyway, Tana, hopefully I'll catch you live later. I've been fortunate to see 4 friends and then had 2 lives where I got to talk to a lot of people, and I see people even live now. So many people going live. Ha ha ha. I can't wait to see it, Robin. I remember, don't, I used to never forget details. I remember a lot. It's just I'm not around my friends, and it does not matter. This is actually nothing. I thank you for that. I film a lot in that area over there, but this was mainly like, that's a Japanese maple, and on the other side of it there were from trees that had taken down a gazebo, and it had this climbing rose that's called ladybanks. That's one of the few evergreen roses that have little button roses like this. It only blooms once a year in the spring. Very rare to find. I grew a lot of old garden world roses from Europe, and it's one of the things I was known for was southern roses, roses that can take the heat and humidity down here. But there was an arbor on the other side of this tree that you had to walk into this area. And during the spring, I need to find old pictures. It would be full of thousands. I'm not exaggerating. White, there's 2 different colors, either white or the pale yellow, just blooming. And so then, like, if you see the girl, she's moved over a lot, but there were rooms. There were separate garden rooms into each one. Back in the back areas there, like where the girl was, there was a butterfly garden. There was a hot garden that had like butterfly plants and stuff, but there was other gazebos back and down the creeks. There's woodland gardens, alpine gardens, medicinal gardens. There's a Japanese There's a Japanese garden, a meditation garden. There was the observation deck is falling in, but there was an observation deck that overlooked the creek with a little waterfall. And this place does not resemble what it did. It's falling apart, and I haven't been taking care of it. But that's because I'm transitioning into my life and trying to be not so hard on myself. I miss old things. It's really not recognizable And I'm not trying to say it's boast, it's just one of my passions. And this place had even been on garden tours where people would come in. Um, it, this was one place out of maybe 5 or 10 that you could go visit where the money went for charity. I'm glad you all are chatting and stuff. I can't wait to see it. LOL. Thank you for that, Timos. Nature is my jam. It always has been since I was young, collecting rocks, collecting sticks, making things from them. But to be out and breathe there, look at the marvels of plants, like, I'm just weird. The structure of plants and learn what their uses are. And anytime I can be outside and breathe air and work, and I find it bliss. So if I can, and then it's also arts and music. If I don't have music in my ear, then it might be trains and the birds and other stuff. But a lot of my business was not only growing plants, growing the plants themselves, growing the product of that plants, and teaching about that, and incorporating them into the arts or things that I make. Like I had 72 types of soap that I made that were in many stores. And in a lot of those, if they say were a soap that had mint, then I used mints that I harvested from this property, or lavender that I harvested from property, and would be incorporated into the soaps to give it texture. So, and I have no legacy. I have no heirs, and that was kind of a dream that right now this place is a mess. I'd be embarrassed for people to come here, but this place will be donated between 2 foundations. There's 4 different properties, and unless I can find a family that I can adopt and maybe pass along some of my connects, my things that took me, because I traveled, big shows in different states and other things, and there's a lot of things that took me years, and I would be able to, I still get requests because I basically disappeared. Didn't want to tell people what had happened to me. I was very much more private, didn't talk about myself. I think that's my brain damage now that does that, but this place is falling apart, and it would be nice to pass along some of that, some of the libraries I have, or maybe teach them, and if that wasn't their forte, but to take, like Kumari, who was in here earlier, she was looking at her beautiful roses, and Shelley had some too. And I have so much old videos and other stuff, but I do harvest throughout many times of the year, grasses, flowers, seed heads, other stuff, and incorporate it into my art or other products. And so today I was in Kumari's live, and she was showing some roses in her yard that she just loves, and soon they might come to the end of their blooming season. So I asked her if she was going to save some. She said she always does, and if she sends me some, I'm going to probably make some paper for her, or a card where I embed those, and I have some other ideas, but I still need to talk to her. But if she sends me that, or even like if I harvest some stuff, there's some people I send them the stuff that they can use for journaling, making paper, doing decoupage, other stuff like that. But I try to use plants products, whatever I grow. Anyway, blah, blah, blah. But you can tell what I'm excited about, and I miss so much, is nature, and using what they were, like trees, what they were intended for, what their benefits for, and other stuff. There's a grove over this way that has come up, and one day I'll probably not be able to do it on live. I've got a GoPro type thing that I've never used. I want to go down in this grove and harvest a bunch of what's called devil's walking stick. And it's one of the best remedies for arthritis. And when I did it, the best way I always found for the best relief was to harvest it fresh, the bark fresh, for tea every time you did it. So when I do that, that was my intention, was to do things like that for my memory too, for me to this stuff was all so embedded that I knew all the time, and but pass along things like that. Am I still? I bounce myself. I must be getting. It's hard. Let's see. Yay, the freedom train coming. Yes, David. Several. Hashtag grow. I know you saw part of that. Thank you very much. Hello, everyone in chat. Mm, you have a beautiful garden. Thank you, though. So far, I'm so excited. We are sitting outside. It better out here than in an apartment. Excellent. Yes. I've lived in many different kinds of lifestyles and other stuff. I've lived in third world countries where I've had to shower outside, do other things outside, haul my water to drink. I've even had to do that here for 3 years. I have no shame now that I do it. But for 3 years here, I went without air conditioning, and the only water I had was a hose. I was thankful for a hose. And yeah, it reminds me that I'm alive and how fortunate I am. I'm blessed with having a green thumb, yes. And one thing that didn't want to say that I called myself a teacher or nothing, but it's sharing my experiences. But I've lived in so many different places, and when I used to travel, one of the trailers that I carried around had it would have plants. So if I pulled up somewhere to work or stay at campgrounds or Corps of Engineer Park and work or something, I'd have plants, and people would think I'd be like, nah, I've been here a week too or something. Look like the Beverly Hillbillies set up house. But you don't always have to get stuck on a horticultural, what the books tell you to do. Some of the information is based off of where those plants come from and the other stuff. And if you see all these trees, I get very limited amount of direct sunlight. So some people that would be more shaded would think, oh, well, the plant tag says full sun. I need to have full sun. And that's not really true. There's plants that I have out toward the road where I had extension people come, and they told me it would never grow here. It would never survive. And the plants have been out on the road, huge, and they're 30 years old or more. So I don't know. I just try not to be stuck in boxes. But I'm glad that you guys still see beauty in this. It's so much different than it was, and I am very blessed. I love the outdoors. Louis has been coming in and sitting with me sometimes lately. When then it's like, hey, you have chat up, you're streaming. We can adopt each other, Flo. I'm all in for that, Robin. I actually have a friend on YouTube. She says in 4 years, if my brother doesn't come here and doesn't want this place, that she'll come down. I told her it's falling apart in this, and pallet of flooring out in that building that's been sitting there for 10 years, hardwood flooring. I was just too busy working 3 jobs with my farm. One wasn't that and I never needed help, but now I need to. Thank you. Yes, please don't wait on me to say goodbye sometimes, because I cannot read. Sometimes I'm not paying attention, and I feel guilty if I keep people missing. Thank you. It was lovely to see you both. Have a nice day, team. I don't know if you're leaving too, Sabine, but thank you both for coming in. Everybody check out beautiful Switzerland on Timo's family channel and his lovely wife, Sabine. Very beautiful. Hi, Irish. I think I did see. I didn't know you were still in the background, or I wasn't paying attention. We're always here for you. Irish, thank you so much. Dolly, you been in the background? Dolly. Have I don't know if, oh yes, with the Phoenix. Did you, I don't know if you ever saw the first one. I'm really saddened that it took me a long time to dig out, find and make the stained glass Phoenix for you. I'm not mad about losing the work except for the fact that I wish I would have released it so that um, they haven't explained why they took down that whole mess. I've got 8 phones, but the one phone they took down, or maybe I released them all at the same time, had them done. They were in draft form, and then I released them, and boom, they took all 20 of them down. And that was John's stained glass hedgehog I did, your stained glass, I can't remember. Actually, that would have been a goal about a homestead. There's different properties here that all different kind. More than half of the land is natural, native, never touched. And then there's the farm area, this hollow area. There's alpine areas, the areas down by the creek, the other sides. There's actually orchards up at the farm. Some of them may have gotten burned up in one of the fires. Who knows what some of the... I was up there recently because I dug up some plants to try to give someone from YouTube. Thank you, Irish. I appreciate that. And so for those of you that I used to come around more or something, I apologize. I've been struggling more health-wise than I would like. But yet I'm trying to release it and not let it go because that can affect the amount of seizures too and stuff. I haven't forgot about people. I'm doing the best I can, and when and if I'm able, I'm do it. Adoption sounds wonderful, and I would have always liked that hope, but nobody wants to come to this area where I live. Hippie camp would be lovely. Actually, one of my friends, Michelle, who I worry about a lot, she's up by Judas in Missouri. I would have loved to have had her come here. But I can't remember which friend it is on YouTube, but she said, because this place is going to be split between a horticultural group that rescues plants that I'm was part of. I say was because I hadn't been able to travel, but out of Georgia, because there's so many rare things here. There's a couple plants here that are state champions. Um, but all the biodiversity and things I've planted for birds and other stuff. I have trees given to me by the forestry department that were they were having diseases and stuff. Like there's a chestnut that's over behind the girl, and trying to get the native chestnuts to grow here again. And so there's a big one back there. I used to work and volunteer in the Auburn Research Medicinal Gardens to help find what could replace a lot of these, how do I want to put it, toxic cotton fields, and what type of plants would be suitable, best suitable, and be able to regenerate the soil and stuff like that. So yeah, it would have been nice, Hope. It would have been really nice. You're all around tonight, just got back. Sorry, girl. I hear you heal your body. Sorry, girl. I hear you. Oh, yes, heal your body and mind, sweetie. Actually, I'm trying to do that more and more, Dolly. I mean, I'm not sure why the last few days I've been having like rolling seizures to where I wake up with cats on my chest or something and licking my face. And I think it's me having seizures. I mean, it's a good thing anyway since I have a kitten to feed. But it's so embarrassing to talk about stuff like that. But maybe it's good that when some of us share that, to let other people know, because sometimes you can't see what, even if it's not a struggle, just some of what people's daily lives are like. So yeah, I've had no choice. There's been a lot of overwhelming stuff going on, and very important stuff. I'm very major pressing issues, like very much, and I really should be taking a lot more time off of YouTube. So I've always given out more than hmm, I don't like thinking about myself, even though I talk about myself or whatever now. But I know that's not good for you. And my goal is to get off this epilepsy medicine because I have two rare kinds. And some people thought I was crazy. It was in my head. I knew it wasn't. I did good so many years being without medicine. I really want to get off of it. And I think I'm going to do that best sometimes alone. Like yesterday, it probably would have been better for me not to be online because I felt like I went and apologized to a few people, even if they said they want to found. Yeah, I want to make sure that if I don't, I would appreciate if somebody ever tells me, look, you were out of line or you need to apologize or don't come back or something. Tell me to my face. It's not me. Dave's also. You are sharing and help people understand and grow. Thank you, Dolly. It's weird. I always talked about other stuff and not myself. Or like when I had my business, it was easy to, um, a lot of my life I did something that revolved talking, like contracting or other stuff and having to be, and speak to people or all the languages that I spoke, do international sales and other stuff. If I can just take away and act like it's not me and I focus on what it is, like when I dealt with plants or so. So if I don't look at myself as a teacher and my mind goes into what I've learned and I'm sharing that, it's easier for me than thinking that it's me doing it, if that makes sense. Getting all hot and sweaty, guys. So many lovely friends. How are you doing, Dolly? Dolly just had a surgery too. If Judas was here, I don't know who else is here. Who else is here? It says there's only four of us in here right now, which is still wonderful, lovely four. But I sometimes with me just blah 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 and ranting. I am not ranting. I'm not always paying attention to who's here and who's not here still. Well, it was really rumbling at the beginning. It was really rumbling when I went to end after I visited a few shows and David had seen it last one. Then I made some important calls, did some other stuff, and fed the kittens and looked around. It kept thundering and lightning so loud. I wasn't. It was saying that it might gonna be raining soon. There's a chance, really good chance of rain. All through this next week, always during the summer. But then I decided to put this on the back porch and had intended to go back in, and then I couldn't get my phone on, so I came out here to talk, and I'm still here. Still here 2 hours later talking. It's the most talking believe it or not, many of you won't believe that, but yeah, that's most talking. I think the cats get scared when I quit talking. What's wrong with her? Mm, I'm doing really good. I take the bandage off tomorrow. Next week I go in for 3 injections. Oh, and lose this weight. Mm. I'm glad that you're doing good. You're welcome. You're losing weight. If that's important, my life changes up and down, and being not physical and stupid medicine I'm on has that effect, and it's okay. Hear my creaky porch? All the wood that's around that you can't see in the woods because this needed to be replaced quite a while ago, and then after I put my leg through it, took it down and then built a I didn't want to not leave nothing off this back door because I knew someday I'd open it and just come face plant out the back door. So I'm lucky this is still, see how it creaks, the best that I could find of the boards to redo it. I look and see all the things I need to do. I'm glad people still see beauty. I'm still so very lucky. But Alabama land is advantageous. In this portion where I live, we get a lot of rain. This land wants it back. There's trees that are saplings that are not the hickories. Those tall ones grow so fast. They were small, and I don't think those are sweet gums. Those got to be, no, they're tulip poplars. Are so close by the back of the house, and in these 6 years, some of them may be 8 years old. Of course, there's a slope going up the hill, but they are already right by the back of the house. They're not 10 feet away, so within a few years, this may be a secret house and secret garden for sure. Be a little abandoned place. For me, the added 50 pounds to my hips and knees are best. Yeah, I understand kind of, in fact, that had happened to me with my Keppra. Yeah, I have too lost some of it back, but I did the same with Keppras really bad. And then probably actually going from not farming, going from spending 16 hours a day outside, being physical, to then not. That didn't help. I wish nothing but the best for you, darling. We hear you. There was actually a vulture down here today when I was streaming the birds that had jumped up on one of the feeding stations, the cat table most people see under that one Japanese maple. It had come up and ate on. 8 years old. What, and those trees that tall? I can't dolly just this summer. I mean, and I've already weeded a few times, like this used to be a part of the porch. I was hoping to fence some of this off. That's where I slid and there was part of the fence, but I was hoping to clear this out. I've cleared it out a few times, and bring down some of the goat panels and other stuff from above and other things, and do some raised beds for some of the plants that don't need as much sun. Still direct sun, but not like peppers or tomatoes, or maybe induce some of those. And that, I don't know how tall that is. That's at least over 10 feet. It was so bad that just a week or two ago, well, it could be a month, the way time passes for me, you could almost not see the garden girl and get to her. That's how tall. It's never been like that before, where I've let weeds get this tall. I won't spray, I don't burn, but it just rains. It only didn't rain, even if it's a sprinkle, 3 days last month. It doesn't, since I'm in this hollow, it hardly ever dries up, it seems like. I think even if it turns out that the rainfall is the same as it's been in the past few years, I think this is the more frequent. The rain was definitely more frequent, even if it turns out to be the same volume of rain. It's every day next week. In fact, I think we're going to be in the 90s here, or more, but with the humidity going to be so extremely high, and the heat index, that where I am in this area we're going to be in the purple. Like, they're basically telling everybody to be inside, keep your pets inside. Oh, Gloria, I know I'm scratching. I don't know, I'm off train, but this land wants the land back. If there's other different things, like up above and on some of the other land, I found Indian trail markers. I call them number 4 trees because they look like number 4. There's actually some historians that I would like to come up here and document it that were from the information I already put out, that already researched, and because of some of the areas of Native American medicine and other stuff that I did, that um, this land has several marker trees where they lead to something like, I'm sure that two lead to the trails leading to the one lake is probably for water. There's of course a lot of hunting around here, so there was probably trails that would have gone to different cities. There's there were quite a few indigenous tribes down here, so probably some of them led to the different towns. Or that was a fudge that fell off and went all the way to the ground. Sorry guys, I know. I didn't even have to touch that phone and it fell off all the way to the ground. Oh, luckily I didn't scratch the screen, and I hope I'm not on camera. Oh, but you know what? 8 years old is the last thing I saw. Is my screen froze? My chat froze? Or possibly the last thing. I'm definitely gonna have to take a shower. It's so humid. I was sweating at 6 o'clock this morning. Where's my stream? I can lose myself in a second. Let's see. 3:38 already. Do I have any more calls to make because it's Friday? I did that after the last stream. I think that's good. I want to try to stock up by Saturday, Sunday at the latest, so I don't have to go to town. Beautiful would look wonderful. I don't know what you meant because I don't stop talking and pause. I'm not looking at it for cosmetic reasons. I'm looking at it for health reasons and vitality of quality of life. I understand that, and that's the best things too. That mine, I think it would help too, because I've got arthritis. And so, oh my goodness, girl, I'm headed in to take a shower right now. I just harvested 3 zucchini, 4 cucumbers, 6 peppers, and sweating just now. Awesome, Dolly. This is the first year I haven't grown any fruit. Vegetables. I know there's fruit that's been up above and of many forms. There's blueberries and peaches and apples and figs and muscadines and all kinds of stuff, and strawberries and raspberries, blueberries. But I know the birds and stuff like that, they get all that. So maybe I should take a shower. Who all is still in here? Not that I'm trying to drive you all off, but I may go in and shower, check on this baby, see if she needs a bottle, and then see who else is on. Not me. You're still here. David, thank you for speaking up. I do, you don't know it, but I do often feel bad. I want to say a lot bad, but I'll try to be kind and gentle. Slightly bad, because we can be talking and I get sidetracked, and you're probably like, hey, over here, remember, I'm in the room. That's what it says in my head, and then I feel bad. I don't usually have my notifications on. I may have turned, what are you? This phone I'm streaming on usually doesn't have the notifications on. Good. Yeah, I did get some. This time, thunderstorms expected to end in the next few hours. It's not raining. That's what I got. I got ads. See you later. Maybe I will see you later somewhere, lovely. I'm glad you're home. You're doing okay. I'm Dolly. I'm glad to see you since last week. I'm totally understanding whatever happens, and I'm sorry that I was not around for a lot of it too. be supportive. Much love. Take care. I'm really glad to see you. This has been a great day for me to, it's just been, the whole day has been perfect. So, David, my friend, is there something you'd like to talk about? Otherwise, I might go too soon. Because I'm a real hot mess in more than one way. I'm feeling really good right now, and I did accomplish a few things. I have some more. I'm so behind on things. Don't spin out, though. Try to worry. I just am not keeping up. Never thought I needed help before. And now I'm like, oh man. It's hard. Maybe not for other people, but when you've been independent, to then think. So many lovely people have offered sometimes to help. Possibly you too. No, just hearing through. Made you laugh, made you day go. Did I laugh? And you did? You always like to make me laugh. And see, I hope that even on my worst of days, people probably wouldn't want to hear that, or on my deathbed, I hope I'm laughing. I hope I'm laughing. I hope that I'm doing a dance, like even if it's a little finger, giving a little wave, and laugh. Yeah, I like to laugh and make myself laugh. So I'm glad that made you happy. I'm so glad that whenever you're patient and that I see you. And is that Scampa? Was that Relish? Relish? Do you want to go in? See if some of you want to go in? So I think a few other people, but I'm going to do that. I'm going to go ahead and stop this stream. 2 streams that I wasn't expecting to do. I'm glad people got to see the birds. I thought this might be a rain stream or a thunder stream, which it was still a thunder stream, but the best thing was seeing everybody get a chance to meet new people, connect, or say hello to me. It's not always about me, but it is nice to see that people come here and to talk to me too. I don't know why you said LOL, but my head's starting to pound. It's been pounding. Probably need some water. Don't we, kitties? So, anybody who's listening, there's still a few. I'm going to go. I'm going to say, some people don't like the V word. I'll say it last. Yeah. Have a great day, a great evening, or the best you can. Toodles. Au revoir. Ciao, ciao. Goodbye. Later. Although I don't know when later is either. Anyway, much love. Take care, David. You're the only one I know I see other numbers, but that's in chat. I'm glad I got to see you twice and that you got to see Chili. So I hope you had a good day. You got to see Chili and hear me laugh. Okay, much love, friends. I am going to go take a shower. I'm sure sometime I'm going to crash, but I need to check on the kitten. I accomplished the most important things of the day and remembered it was Friday. So yeah, I can rest easy in that. Much love. You're all important. Take care.